Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's second blog. I'm here to give you another scout report on a defensive player headed towards the 2014 NFL Draft. Today, on this blog, I'm here to talk about Dee Ford, the defensive end out of Auburn. Now, he helped that defensive team have a good performance this past season, making it to the national championship, in which they lost to Florida State in the final seconds. And he finally emerged this past season and earned him some notoriety and buzz headed towards this year's draft. Now let's give you a little bit of, I'm here to give you a little bit of his history. He's coming from Odenville, Alabama. He was ranked the number 26 defensive end coming out of high school, and he was an all-state selection before choosing to go to Auburn. Now in 2009, he was used more as a reserve, and he only registered 12 tackles. He saw a little bit more playing time the following season, in which he did see action in all 13 games overall. Now, he finally didn't really make the starting lineup until 2012, in which he had 8 starts in that season. And he had a big game against the Clemson Tigers, in which he had 2 sacks and 7 tackles in that matchup. But he finally emerged this past season and became a force to be reckoned with, earning first-team All-SEC honors by the coaches as well as the AP poll, which he registered 12.5 tackles for loss, including 8.5 sacks. An impressive year in helping that Auburn defense team become a good team overall, obviously winning the SEC championship and making it to the national championship overall. Now, headed to the scouting combine, he did promise everybody he was going to have a great pro day workout, and then Tuesday morning he had an outstanding workout. He ran a 4.53 40 and bench pressed 225 pounds 29 times. That is extremely impressive, and he has underrated strength. That shows that he is very underrated as far as his strength, and because a lot of people looked at his size and thought he would be a little bit too weak to face up against these offensive tackles in the National Football League. Now, I'm going to give you some strengths about him. He's a fluid athlete with impressive burst, agility, and obviously he has that speed. It has a 4.53 40 that shows that he could bend the corner and become a good player, a good pure speed rusher in the National Football League. Now, he has great acceleration. He can run very smoothly, and he gives you a big pop at the point of attack. Now, during his stay at Auburn, he was used at defensive end, in which he stayed in the 3-point stance, but sometimes he had to stand up and drop back into coverage, which shows a little bit of versatility in which he can be used in different defensive schemes. That's a good trait about him. That's what defensive coordinators like about him and scouts like about him. Headed towards this year's draft, he could show different versatility in being used in different defensive schemes. Now, a couple of weaknesses about him. I talked about his size. He's 6'2", 242 pounds. Some people are concerned about that size, but I did mention that strength. 29 reps at 225 pounds. That is very impressive, and I think he could be able to stand his ground at the next level. Also, as well as his play, he's very inconsistent. He can have a big game one day, but even disappear in another game. He needs to be a little bit more consistent, especially playing in 16 games in the regular season and at the next level in the NFL. He needs to be consistent week after week, and I think he has the potential to do so because he did show that strength, but a little bit of durability issues, but I think he will be just fine. I think he's a well-durable athlete, and I think because of that great workout, he showed what he can do at the next level, but hopefully he's not a gym workout warrior and not perform well on the field mentally. But I think he performed well mentally. He was coached very well at Auburn, and I think he become a second-round pick of this year's draft, a solid second-round pick. Now, he might make it to the first round because of the workout, and he might even be that surprising pick that we see every year in the first round in the National Football League draft. Every year, year after year, you'll see a player that you'll say, "What? You drafted him in the first round?" I don't think he's first round material, but teams sometimes draft him, like Bruce Irvin a couple years back from the Seattle Seahawks. He was drafted in the mid-first round of that draft, and that was a surprise pick to me. And I think that Dee Ford can be that surprise pick in that first round, but I grade him more as an early to mid second round pick of this year's draft because he's had such an outstanding workout. Now, the next time I catch you guys is tomorrow, where I will wrap things up on the defensive side of my top 5 with my top 5 safeties. Thank you for watching today's blogs. From Pro Football Exclusive, I'm your man, Akeen McCall. Be easy.